Okay, let's call to order the February 6, 2019 meeting of the Site and Architecture Commission. Jeannie, do you want to take care of roll call?
Commissioner White,
Here.
Commissioner Kroc, Commissioner Harrington,
Here.
Commissioner Lesniak, Chairperson Wade.
Here.
Just to note, Commissioners Kroc and Lesniak are absent, but we do have a quorum.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to orders of the day.
The only thing I wanted to point out was I did send out and repost a corrected agenda to correct the address for the Greenwood Road project. It's 16056, not 506. So I took care of that last week.
Oh, yeah, we saw it, yeah. Great. Next item is a public comment section where anybody from the audience can come up and speak for 3 minutes on anything not on the agenda. Is there anybody out there that has anything to say that's not on the agenda? I'll take that as a no. So let's go on to the next section and get approval of the meeting minutes from our last meeting, January 9.
I've reviewed the minutes, and I would make a motion to approve the minutes as reflected in our packet this month.
I second it.
Okay. Go ahead and vote on that, or I guess.
Yeah, we vote on it.
Yeah, we vote on it. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's 3 out of 5 passes.
You have to be here to complain.
Right. And then going on to the public hearing section for items on the agenda. We only have one item on the agenda this evening, and that is for some tree removal at 16056 Greenwood Road. Jeannie, do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, so this is a tree removal request for the removal of a total of 4 redwood trees from the site. 3 are in the front yard of the subject property, and obviously originally were planted as landscape trees but have outgrown their location, both in terms of encroachment on the electrical utility lines as well as the property owners' irrigation lines. The other 4th tree is in the rear yard, closer to the, I'd say, the southern property line. And again, it's kind of outgrown its location as is impeding the growth of other trees as well as landscaping. If you were able to get out to the site, it's clear that there's a lot of time and attention put to the landscaping of this lot, and there's other trees on the property, and you'll probably hear from the property owner his plans on what to do once these trees are removed. But with that, I do agree that the ones in the front, it's not like this part of the street these were not natural to the street. They were part of the landscaping way back when. They've outgrown their location, and, should the commission, once you hear from the property owner, I'll leave it up to you as to the type of replacement you think is appropriate given the other landscaping on the property.
Okay.
So.
I take it you are Mr. Cooper. Would you like to come up to the podium and say anything about your proposal?
Do what?
About your proposal or what you would like to do?
Okay. Jeannie had asked me to write a note as to why I wanted to take it out, and hopefully that's in your packet.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw that. Yeah.
That's pretty much the spiel, but I was just talking to Heather that she went by, and the trees out front, one of them is encroaching the street by about 10 feet. PG&E has cut it in half because it's underneath the power poles, and so it can't grow up, and it's growing out. But also one of the trees next to it, I found out what the roots are like for a redwood tree. There was a valve break. We had a leak. My gardeners, 3 of them, spent 2 hours unraveling these roots that were wrapped around the valve. They're like 1,000 fingers, and they're not just one root going out, but so they had to go in there and snip them and whatever. Then the one in the back is crowding out some blue spruce. It's not where it should be anyway. It's killed about 7 flowering camellias that were there. As it goes out, they just die because they have no sunshine and the limbs get in the way and everything. So then the last thing is that it's an 1.5 acre property. So to set the valves in, I had to run a loop line across the property in front, and that was shown in your exhibit. But it shows the landscape plan. It's a 2-inch PVC, full pressure, constant pressure, and it has to be because that's where all the valves connect to. It goes across the front, down the side, across the back, and back up the other side. That's where these roots are taking over it. It's one thing to have roots that go out single, but if you got a mass of fingers on them, it starts to engulf the pipe. And I'm really concerned we'll be gone some weekend, and the thing will break, and it's like a main line breaking. It's in the road. So, the trees, I think a redwood tree is mismatched for a housing lot. I think it should be in the mountains someplace because of the massiveness that these things take. It's just a matter of time. They have to come out. If you've been to Yosemite and see the width of some of the trunks and what these things have done for feet, many feet out from they've engulfed everything. So I'd rather do it now and save. I worry about it at night that this main line breaks. So it's not going to be cheap for me to do it. I took out 13 of them on an industrial building I manage, and it costs a lot of money. But it's going to cost me a lot of money if that line breaks. My water bill could be $200,000 if I don't get out there and correct it. But anyways, I would appreciate it if you would allow me to do this. I don't know if I have anything else to say.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for the applicant?
Familiar with the property, I don't have any questions for the applicant.
Just were you going to plant additional, I mean, you have a lot of trees on your property. Were you going to, normally we require someone to replace the trees. I don't know that in this case it makes any sense to plant trees underneath PG&E lines and whatnot, but did you have any plans to plant?
I have over 70
Yeah, you
trees
don't
on my
need,
property.
I agree. I just
Jeannie
wanted
was
to
there
ask.
with me. I think she saw them. But the only place that I could put a tree is where they are.
Yeah.
So if I took it out and maybe planted a maple tree or something like that, we probably could. But I don't know I would like to put some shrubs, which that's what I've done across the front of it. They've got pink flowers on them, and they get about this high. I would like to put those in there and expand that landscape and allow the shrubs that are in there now, I'll be able to save. They're starting to die.
Yeah.
So if that's what I had to do, but I don't think it makes sense.
Okay.
I think that's.
Thank you. I don't have any questions. Okay. I'll close the public hearing at this point, and we can discuss amongst ourselves here.
I think you should be able to
I
take
mean,
his
there's
trees out.
a whole bunch of trees out there. It's a big piece of property. These trees were obviously, I think you planted them, right? Or, yeah, they just sort of outgrew their usefulness and probably got a lot bigger than you planned to. Yeah, or at least quicker than you planned, maybe. I don't know. So I don't really have any objection to it, and
Steve?
This is a beautiful property.
yeah, and considering, I don't think we need to put any
Conditions on it.
conditions on
agree.
what to put in its place. I mean, like, there's a lot of trees and a lot of natural growth out there. Whether anything gets replaced, it's really not going to make much of a difference. So, that being the case, I'd like to move that we approve the removal of the 4 trees with as is, you know?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
There it is.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All
Have a good
right.
trip. Good to see you, Bill.
Thanks.
I just wanted to point out, in front of all of yours, Mike's is a Form 700. This is a reminder from our city clerk that you should have received an email.
I did.
Did you all get an email?
End of March, okay.
Yeah, it's due the end
Yeah,
of
that's the
March.
problem.
She doesn't,
Don't tell me that. Yeah, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
we don't get any information as to whether or not you've done it. And if you don't do it, there's a potential they'll fine you, which they have done, others.
Yeah.
So, tape this up as a reminder, and I can tell her that I did what she asked,
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Very well. Thank you, Gene.
okay?
deep in my list of flag emails of things I need to
I
do.
know. Things I don't know.
All right. Oh, did we officially close the meeting? I guess not. I'm adjourning the meeting now.
All right. I think that,
A new record. What do we do one?
I think we knocked one out in literally 5 minutes.
All right, well, I'm going to go catch the varsity basketball game then.
All right, cool.
I came from the gym, so I figured why take a shower before.
At least you showered. I've sat here, Jeannie, gone like this, like sweating after coming back from the gym and doing the quick shower, you know? Then I'm going, oh gosh, here comes a hot flash. All right. Thank you, Jeannie.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thanks again. There's an envelope